Chris Watkin here with Simon Wilkinson, who's a main board member of Propertymark, and he runs his own estate agency with the land department as well in the South Midlands. Simon, I want to talk to you today about what Propertymark are doing with their sales protocol, which will take sales down from 19 weeks down to 6 or 8. Obviously, when this shit show's finished. Thanks very much. Talk to me.
Yeah. Well, Chris, this was initiated about 2 years ago by the MHCLG and Propertymark to review the house buying and selling process. And as part of that, a working group was set up, which is a very heavyweight organisation of the Land Registry, MHCLG, Conveyancers Association, Law Society, landlords, organisations, and of course estate and letting agents. And what we've been doing is actually looking at the process and how that's now integrated with technology and where it's going. The Land Registry have had a £200 million grant from the Treasury to update and modernise the Land Registry, particularly to coordinate with local authorities and the local search departments to harmonise the tech and the integration of those tech systems with the Land Registry. And I suppose that the best parallel is to look at the DVLA and the logbook you get for a car, and the direction of travel is the same for a property. That would be held at the Land Registry, and there'd be various modules or components that would sit there to do with title, to do with boundaries, to do with construction, to do with finances, to do with any restrictions or covenants on the property. And that has enabled us to then look at the TA6, which is the standard use Law Society paper form that a seller completes, giving all the information on their property to the buyer. And what we've been able to do is to produce a new parallel version to that, which is called the Property Information Questionnaire. It's online, it's editable, and it's slick. The key change for me, though, as an estate agent, is that we've made it very estate agent friendly. And it forms really two parts. Part A is to get the property, what we term market ready. And I think it's fair to say that the National Trading Standards team were very keen on this, and they consider Part A to be the minimum amount of information that an estate agent should disclose to a buyer when the property is going onto the market. And then Part B is getting more into the legal detail of the property, but again, we tend to do that at the point of instruction and get that completed. That is then sent through to the vendor's solicitor at that point, so at the very earliest point of it coming onto the market. And we highlight there the non-compliances, such that the vendor's solicitor can then get on and apply for a missing building regulation certificate. So that as we launch the property for sale, in parallel, the legal work is being done, so that once a buyer is found, we hopefully got a complete pack there, and we can hand that over to buyer's solicitor and say, there you are, get on with it.
Is this just HIPS 2?
Well, of course, it doesn't have the survey or valuation in it. So that's the big, and that's tended to be the big ticket item cost-wise. This isn't. And this provides us with the clarity that a buyer wants at the point of making a commitment to buy the house.
And is this going to become law? Is this going to become law, or this is just going to be advisory?
This will be advisory, and we hope that in due course it will be form part of the Propertymark guidelines, and we also expect that the Ombudsman will hopefully endorse it in due course as well. But actually, commercially, it just makes sense to use it. If you can reduce your fall-through rate and get your average time from acceptance of offer to exchange down to 8 weeks, then it makes sense.
Well, you're going to earn your money quicker, and you're going to have less fall-throughs, aren't you?
Absolutely. And as a matter of fact, we put 200 sales through this system last year through our offices, and the average time to exchange on those 200 properties was 8 weeks. That speaks for itself.
Amazing stuff. So, is this already in place for age? I know obviously for the next couple of months things are almost on hold, but when it does come back through, agents are going to need some property sales, and the quicker they can get the money in, the quicker the cash can start flowing through. Can agents start this straight away?
Absolutely. The property sales toolkit is available on the Propertymark website. They can just go on and download it. It's free of charge.
Do you have to
And
be
I
a
would
member to
encourage.
get that?
Say again?
Do you have to be a member to get that?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
And as part of that's one of the membership advantages of Propertymark, but it's all there. We have deliberately not copyrighted it because we think it should be free and available to all. But what it shouldn't be is it should not be amended. The property information questionnaire, is just that. It shouldn't be amended.
And basically, what do you do? Just give that to your vendor as soon as the property comes on the market, and then they send it on to their solicitor to almost start preparing the legal work.
What we found in practice is that the sales negotiator taking the instruction will typically email it to the client ahead of the valuation, asking them to complete it. When we arrive at the property, it will be partially completed. The sales negotiator will run through it with them. Very often, it'll be a lack of knowledge, so the negotiator will explain what the question actually means. And we do find that the vendor will then say, "Oh, I see. Oh, well, yes," and then give us a much fuller answer.
If you don't mind me saying, it strikes to me as almost as a USP when going out up against other agents, that it shows that you're being more professional and asking more questions.
Well, the mere fact that it reduces the fall-through rate, as you say, is a great USP to use on a valuation.
But actually asking those questions shows that you are the more knowledgeable agent, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And it encourages and motivates that vendor, because they can see that if they were a buyer and they had that same information on the house they were wanting to buy, that they go into that, making that offer eyes open with all the information.
So are you telling me as an estate agent, take your Propertymark hat off, that this has got you more listings because of it, because you've been seen as more knowledgeable and asking not tricky questions, but challenging questions? People go, "My God, this guy knows what he's talking about." Are you saying that?
Yes, absolutely, unequivocally.
So you're telling me that you've got Propertymark have come up with something which enables you to get more listings and get your money quicker. Where's the catch?
There isn't one. There really isn't one. I mean, it does what it says on the tin. It makes the sale go through quicker. It adds a huge amount of transparency to the purchaser before they commit to the offer.
Okay, so what do people need to Google to find out more information about this?
Well, they simply need to go onto the Propertymark website and look at the sales toolkit, and it's all there.
Thank you for your time today. And guys, check it out, because at the end of the day, when we're through this, whatever we call it, you're going to need money quicker and you're going to need more listings. And this could be something that helps you out. Check it out, because you've got no excuse not because you've got no time. Thank you very much for your time today, Simon.
Thanks, Chris.